second and third generation criminal outfit. He was then asked to detail what he meant by second and third generation gangs. In his response, the retired officer explained that his training and experience taught him how to identify gang members and determine a gang's structure, turf and commercial activities. He stated that gangs are grouped into three categories: first, second and third generation. First generation gangs, according to the witness, are loose, meaning they are devoid of structure. Second generation gangs, he said, are better organized, while third generation gangs had members who operated from high offices and had powerful links. Overall, he said the Klansman gang and other breakaways of it were notorious for extortion of public passenger vehicles and businesses, as well as trafficking in illegal guns and drugs. Within the ONEDON system, they tend to prey upon themselves.
Good day, my wonderful people. It's me again, the great again, Countryman. Remember to like, share and subscribe and hit your notification button. Yo, wanna hear the clip we just play with the policeman where I explain how the one gang, how them work, and him explain like the first generation, second generation, and the third. He must say the first generation are the dirty corner boy them, and then the second generation are the one them we are a little bit more organized, and then the third generation are the one them were more organized and them live uptown. But beyond that, from listening to all of this, there's a couple things more I want to talk about before I play the rest of the video. Make you hear how the policeman break it down. The judge, Justice Sykes, I think he's blindsided because he said the policeman is not an expert witness in gang. So the policeman can't testify as an expert witness. But then he goes on to say the policeman can testify as a police officer. And remember, he was the one who did the arrest to Tesha Miller and investigate over 300 gang members him talk to. And him investigate the gang, him know the sign. So Justice Sykes, his blind spot, I think he's trying to, because it's a landmark case, and yeah, he's gonna go down in history as the justice, as the judge who deal with it, and he's the head judge of Jamaica, but him not have to pick on every little thing, because if you don't have cooperation, how are you going to bring the case to court? And that's what the Fitz Bailey was explaining, Assistant Police Commissioner, and also this policeman right here who's nailing everything. He's saying they wear Clark's booty and them wear handkerchief hang out of them back pocket, and the Clarks and the handkerchief are the same thing. So they kind of model themselves off the Bloods gang and the Crips in America. And he said they have a handshake or a greet where they use the middle finger and they grab each other and kind of twist it around. So the middle finger, my middle finger, plus the next man middle finger will go like that. Yeah. So I didn't know these things. So this witness, this ex-police, was a superintendent and he retired. But the man came and he is nailing everything to the T. He's explaining how the gang work, the different signs, and everything. Last, before I go, and you guys can watch the rest of the video and hear for yourself, the biggest thing, and I didn't talk about it when I first started this, but friend killer. It's like You can do you could be in the gang and with ONEDON and you not do nothing. And all a man just start pre you. Like that pussy the city puss. Him. And he make the whole of them go to prison, you know. Yeah, and he make the whole of them go to blood clot prison. Them for deal with him in there. But that's a different subject. But yeah, them kill them friend. Them kill them friend. You were there so and you dress better than a man and a man start pre you and start tell Mama Christy and black man say, yo, you know countryman a move like a pussy, you know, me not trust a you there, you know. That is insanity. So I don't know how anybody can be in a group or around a group of people like that. Really sad, really sick, really crazy. And thank goodness we have the policeman here. We can explain it for we. And Justice Sykes need for go sit down. You understand? Cause he might overdo it. My name is Countryman. Like, share and subscribe and tell your friends about it. Big up all the subscribers them. And watch the rest of this video. Peace. I'm out.
Retired cop testifies that in ONEDON Gang, friend kill friend. A retired police inspector on Tuesday testified that members of the St. Catherine-based ONEDON Gang would often murder each other as well as form alliances with members of the security forces to gather information. The retired lawman, who referred to himself as a gang expert, also said it was difficult for a police investigator to build a case around a gang leader due to the top-ranking gangster not being directly involved in murders. Further, the witness claimed in his testimony that among symbols the gang would utilize to be identifiable in a public setting, was a hand sign with the middle fingers wrapped around each other. The latter, he said, was utilized and made popular by a dance hall entertainer who was not named. The ex-lawman was called to the witness stand on the basis that he knows, arrested and charged City Puss, also known as Lucifer, who is one of the 33 alleged members of the ONEDON faction of the Klansman gang on trial in the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston. According to his testimony, the retired Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, member said he was a 30-year veteran of the security force and he was both trained and certified as a gang expert. During his tenure in the force, he said he spent years focusing on the main gangs in St. Catherine, including the ONEDON, One Order, Umbrella, and Young Generation gangs. He further testified that he interviewed close to 300 members of the ONEDON and One Order gangs. The retired cop boasted that he was instrumental in the conviction of several gangsters, including Tesha Miller, who was said to be the leader of the Klansman gang. Turning to the inner workings of the Klansman gang, the retired lawman claimed that the criminal organization was hovering between a second and third generation criminal outfit. He was then asked to detail what he meant by second and third generation gangs. In his response, the retired officer explained that his training and experience taught him how to identify gang members and determine a gang's structure, turf and commercial activities. He stated that gangs are grouped into three categories: first, second and third generation. First-generation gangs, according to the witness, are loose, meaning they are devoid of structure. Second-generation gangs, he said, are better organized, while third-generation gangs had members who operated from high offices and had powerful links. Overall, he said the Klansman gang and other breakaways of it were notorious for extortion of public passenger vehicles and businesses, as well as trafficking in illegal guns and drugs. Within the ONEDON system, they tend to prey upon themselves. Friend kill friend, the witness told the court. The former police inspector also explained that another aspect of the system in the gang is that the leader is often responsible for giving orders for murders but is seldom on the murder scenes. According to the witness, it is very difficult for the investigator to build a case around that leader unless he gets internal assistance, meaning getting one of their members to work with the prosecutor. The so-called gang expert indicated that, within the ONEDON gang, there existed a system of justice, similar to that of a court system. If they, gangsters, disobey, they will be killed or beaten. They have a justice system parallel to our justice system, the former lawman indicated. He also claimed that the gang had a place located off Main Street in Spanish Town, St. Catherine called Judgment Yard, where they carry out their trials and determine what is supposed to happen to those individuals. The witness also testified that members of the Klansman gang were known to sport red pocket handkerchiefs and brown Clark's shoes that were noticeable features attributed to the criminal network. He also testified that the hand symbol, the middle fingers wrapped around each other, has been made popular by a dancehall artiste. Asked how he recognized that those symbols were linked to the Klansman criminal system, the former inspector said he learned of the trend from conversations he had with past and present gang members, and through social media, where he alleged that gangsters were open with their lives. However, Chief Justice Sykes said he is not yet at the stage where he can consider the retired policeman an expert witness. After weighing several factors, Sykes ruled that he would not allow the retired officer to give evidence as an expert witness. In arriving at his decision, the judge pointed out that the witness was projected as only a police investigator in his statement and should continue to give evidence in line with what he gave in his statement.